Hey everybody, welcome to Hope City 7 at 7. I'm so glad to be here with you tonight. It is Palm Sunday 2021, but I'm so grateful that you're joining me even if it's today or if it's some other time. So we're right in the middle of our series called Ready to Launch, and today Pastor Dale was talking about who are you looking for? That's the subtitle of the message today. And he started talking about how many in Bible times, and he said also now, a lot of people are just looking for a miracle worker, a warrior, somebody to fight their battles for them, or just to get a little bit of relief. And, I think that's so true of us sometimes. That's all we're looking for in God. And that is not inherently wrong. I mean, God is a miracle worker. He does fight battles for us. He does provide relief for us at times. So there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But who are we looking for? Are we just looking for those things in God, or are we looking for more? And something else that Pastor Dale had in his notes, and he said, under the who are you looking for, one who just works miracles for you, one who works miracles in you, or possibly one who works miracles through you. And so one who works miracles for you, that's where we're just looking for somebody to do things, God to do things for us. But when we start talking about one who works miracles in us, even Pastor Dale said it today, that's the beginning of an intimate relationship with Jesus. I'm sorry about the dogs, guys. Those are the neighbors. Anyway, but that's the beginning of intimacy. And it's the beginning of intimacy because if he's going to do something in us, that requires us to let him in. That requires us to be honest with him about some of the thoughts and feelings that we have that maybe aren't so good, or we think that would not be pleasing to him. That's letting him see the real us. He already knows it. I'm not saying that, but it's us choosing to share that with him. And sometimes in just relationships with people, sometimes we want so badly for people to choose to share things with us, but they just won't. Or when they decide to do that, that is showing that they're trusting us, that they want to have a deeper relationship with us. And that's really what we're doing with God when we tell him about what's going on in here and in here. That's us, the beginning of intimacy with him. And for him to do, when this says one who works miracles in you, I don't just see that like miracles. Sometimes when I hear that word, we all tend to think just bodily miracles or something. And it's not just that. I mean, it's the transformation of our soulish man, which is our mind, will, and emotions. And I don't know about you, but for me, a lot of that seemed like a miracle too, from the way that I used to think. And then moving on to the last one that Pastor Dale has in the notes, it says, or possibly, okay, who are you looking for? Or possibly one who works miracles through you. And that's an even deeper level of intimacy with him. And it's a deeper level of intimacy because not only have we gone through the stage, if you will, of having to let him in, being honest with him, showing him that we trust him and all of that, then we're moving on to this next level of him doing things through us. And that requires an extra vulnerability with God. That's like moving up your level of trust. And it also gives a vulnerability with people, because even if we do things totally right, the way God wants us to do, when he says, hey, do this, I'm going to do this through you, and something happens, that person's expectations may be totally off of what God has in mind for them. And so that's what I mean when it's a vulnerability with people. It may be totally different than what they expect. And that can seem maybe at first intimidating or something, but if we truly have an experience with God and we truly have an intimate relationship with him where he has done things in us, we will start to want to show all of the love and give all of those things that God has given to us. We will start to want to do that so that we will allow him to do things through us. And you know, God really has so much. You have so much to offer. God has placed so many things inside of you that you have to offer. And by going through some of these stages, God can bring that out in us. And he wants us to be changed and transformed and all of that. But he also wants us to move on to, okay, now we're changed and transformed. Let me help you help other people. So, you know, and sometimes for me, I'm kind of tempted to stay in that God working miracles in me, because sometimes I feel so inadequate, or I know me. I know what I think. I have so many thoughts that maybe aren't good or whatever. I'm tempted to stay in that doing miracles in me. But, you know, if we're not really living our best life, in God's opinion, if we're just staying in that God working miracles in us, he really wants us to get to that intimate relationship where God is doing things through us. So that's all I have for you tonight. I hope this has helped you in some way. I love y'all. Have a great evening and a great week. Bye-bye.